Okay, everybody ready? So let's lay back, relax, and listen to Mr. Jim Newman. Let me know if you can hear it okay.
This is new. There's no way to know what this is. Even knowing what this is, the memory or idea of what this is completely new. It's completely fresh. And in that way, it's totally alive. It doesn't have any weight to it. It doesn't have any real substance. Of course. It doesn't have any real substance or history. It's fresh. There's no way for this to be sort of heavy or distant. It's all immediate. It's all this. Alive. Now this unbeflechted, untarnished purity can seem to be lost. There's an experience that can happen that would be recognized as the sense of, well, fundamentally, it's a sense of being here. Secondly, it's the sense that I am, or I know, or this is happening to me. Now that sense, which is illusory, partially just a belief, sits in the body. And that sense of separation, that sense of I'm here, to that sense, what I said at the beginning is completely lost. It lives in a world that says, I know what this is. I've been here before, or I haven't been here before. I know I've heard this before, I haven't heard this before. In other words, this means something to me or it doesn't. That is the experience of this, of separation. And separation fundamentally is a sense that something's missing. And after that, it's an energy of seeking something more. It's an energy of always looking outside for something. And it's undifferentiated in its search. It will listen to these words, it will listen to see the movements, and it'll try to make some sort of meaning out of it. It'll look for something in that, something for itself. Whereas what we're going to be discussing is already not separate. It isn't here any less or any more than it's there. To the extreme that there isn't an actual here or there. There is simply everything. That's all there is everything. And everything is simultaneously unknowable. So it's what is everything, which is at the same time unknowable, fresh and new. This.
So, since it's everywhere.
Okay, we have any questions or comments about that? I definitely needed to hear that today. Needed to hear something like that. Weird? Think it's weird? Any other thoughts about it? Did some people tune in a little bit later, or? Let's try again. Let's listen very, very closely as if our life is important to us. Okay?
This is new. There's no way to know what this is. Even knowing what this is, the memory or idea of what this is completely new. It's completely fresh. And in that way, it's totally alive. It doesn't have any weight to it. It doesn't have any real substance. Of course. It doesn't have any real substance or history. It's fresh. There's no way for this to be sort of heavy or distant. It's all immediate. It's all this. Alive. Now this unbeflechted, untarnished purity can seem to be lost. There's an experience that can happen that would be recognized as the sense of, well, fundamentally, it's the sense of being here. Secondly, it's the sense that I am, or I know, or this is happening to me. Now that sense, which is illusory, partially just a belief, sits in the body. And that sense of separation, that sense of I'm here, to that sense, what I said at the beginning is completely lost. It lives in a world that says, I know what this is. I've been here before, or I haven't been here before. I know I've heard this before, I haven't heard this before. In other words, this means something to me or it doesn't. That is the experience of this of separation. And separation fundamentally is a sense that something's missing. And after that, it's an energy of seeking something more. It's an energy of always looking outside for something. And it's undifferentiated in its search. It will listen to these words, it will listen to see the movements, and it'll try to make some sort of meaning out of it. It'll look for something in that, something for itself. Whereas what we're going to be discussing is already not separate. It isn't here any less or any more than it's there. To the extreme that there isn't an actual here or there. There is simply everything. That's all there is everything. And everything is simultaneously unknowable. So it's what is everything, which is at the same time unknowable, fresh and new. This.
So, since it's everywhere and it's everything, why does it feel different when we're here?
There's the experience of being a...
They said, since it's everywhere and everything and no separation, why does it feel like separation? Also, as we go along with this, you can put W's in the chat. You can share or ask your question or whatever, and we'll kind of work through it as we go along. It's nothing in particular we have to accomplish here, but just a space for being and deep looking.
Person, although it can be
Different when we're here.
There's
And what he's basically saying here is that there's not actually anyone here. There's not actually anybody who's here right now. There's not actually anything that's happening right now. So it's like this is the world where there's not anybody to make a determination about anything. There's not the notion of a self, the notion of a person is like empty of itself. So in that world of self, there's somebody who knows about this, there's somebody who doesn't know about this, there's somebody who likes this, there's somebody who doesn't like this. But in this world, there's nobody. There's nobody at all. Mengalaba, Pyoshwimbaze, Kankaubaze, Tuyarawantavade. There's nobody at all. And that's kind of what's being unpacked and explored here.
The experience of being a person.
And everything.
The experience of being a person.
Different when we're not here.
There's the experience of being a person, although it can be recognized, it's sort of experienced in the body, it isn't actually in the body. It actually, the experience of it is everything in the sense that my experience as I move through the world, everything is real. And that's a reflection of the sense that I'm real. In a meeting like this, that doesn't happen in the same way. Because there isn't anything here to reflect back that that's real. Doesn't mean for some that it'll seem like this is real.
So that fundamentally it's kind of a premise or a praxis that fundamentally the self is an illusion. That separation is an illusion. That there's actually not such a thing as a self. That is like a assumed up or made up, or like the reality of a self, of a someone, of separation, is just like trying to catch a storm and put it into a bottle.
Yeah. Hi.
What is consciousness versus awareness?
Well, they're the same. That's the same.
So what is consciousness versus awareness? They're the same. And they're the same in that they're empty. They're nonsense words. They're blabbery blab words of thinking, of concepts, of beliefs. So this is no concept. This is no belief. Not even the concept of no concept, not even the belief of no belief. So it's like trying to justify space in the face of matter. You don't have to justify or prove space in the face of matter. It just is that way, right? And in terms of looking closely and looking deeply, looking as closely as we can, everything is filled with space. Everything is full of space. Even your hand is mostly space. But it doesn't seem that way, right? So the seemingness is basically completely irrelevant. Kind of like how your body is 70% water, it's actually 99.99999% space.
I'm conscious, I'm aware. It's the experience of being separate.
The experience of being separate, or the notion of space versus materiality, is also illusory. It's also irrelevant. Because it's like trying to find one end, to just be left with one end of the pencil that you have in your hand. You break it, there's another two ends. You break it, there's another two ends. There's a break it, another two ends. The 0.0001% is this sense of ignorance and attachment, or this sense of identity, this sense of separation that is illusory. So there are no numbers in reality. There's no separation in space. There's no such thing as measurement. It's like a tool. So it's like if flint and stone, or flint and steel, or whatever, the cavemen, they rub the stone together, they get a fire, right? Imagine if we created a religion. Kira Lin, it's your medicine. It's exactly what you need. It's exactly what you need. Feel it. Feel that sense of wanting to take off. Feel that sense of wanting to get the heck out of here. That's what you need to be with. That's what you need to eat. So imagine the flint and steel like a tool, that you worshiped that tool. You created a religion out of that tool. We've created a religion out of the tool of separation. And this is to deconstruct that religion.
How about then the absolute? Is that?
Well, there is the consciousness is the absolute appearing as consciousness.
The absolute, the total, the everything, that which is beyond human conceptuality, human concepts, right? So we can have human concepts, but there's more of like there's a sense of a connection to something that's beyond conceptual already. This is not Buddhism.
An illusion. The consciousness, awareness are illusions. They arise with the illusion of separation.
So why when we have this glimpse of awareness, of awakening, and we're
Listen, Maz Lord, you want to be big and strong like Big Daddy Bante? Shut up and listen. Listen closely, as if there was a knife held to your throat. You need to listen like that. You got it? You get it? Good. Now listen.
understand, for lack of a
Listen closely.
So why when we have this glimpse of awareness, of awakening,
Glimpse of awareness, glimpse of awakening, freedom, totalness, everything, beyond yourself, beyond your ego. Okay?
we understand, for lack of a better word, that you can feel it, and then we lose it. I lose it every day.
So why do we get a glimpse of enlightenment or a glimpse of non-duality or a glimpse of spiritual freedom and then we lose it? Why can't we keep it? Why do we keep losing it? Why do we keep losing our enlightenment? Why do we keep losing our freedom?
Yeah, you don't lose it. The me or that separate energy comes back.
How do we do to keep this energy too?
Well, you didn't do it in the first place. Fundamentally, there's no difference from a glimpse that you're saying is in the past. It's not. And this. It only seems different because there's someone that feels like they know what it is. You think you knew what a glimpse was, which you don't. And so you differentiate and say that this isn't it. The me is a differentiator. It's always on a path to something else. This isn't it. It's something else. Fundamentally, for that sense of separation, this isn't it.
But this is not happening.
Well, it is.
Apparently.
Yeah. It is, but without any weight. Without any real history. It's new. It's newness happening.
This is newness happening. This is newness happening. No, not every morning when you wake up. That this is just newness happening. There's no you in that. There's no separation in that. It's just newness. It's just as it isness. Unknowable, ungraspable, undefinable, without separation in it.
I don't know the exact question, but when you were talking about like I'm here, it sounded like the idea that I'm here is separation.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've been thinking recently for a long time about a lot of different kinds of practitioners and people are helping people will get more in their body and less in their head. And so you started grounding your body and then
Sweet, isn't it? It makes sense.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get at.
It makes sense.
You feel better.
Yeah.
And you feel
Well, for a little while.
present. Right. No, I'm saying like right after you feel more present.
Yeah.
And so I'm just trying to understand like kind of what that difference is.
Well, it feels better.
It feels better to be in your body than to be not.
Well, it has. I think it has more to do. The me is in a way very discursive. It sort of goes out all different places, and so that sense of being centered or grounded feels better. It's like getting drunk. Feels better. Just there's not as much of a hangover with being grounded.
No, that's true. So you're saying
That there's nothing for you to do. There's nothing that you can do. That the you or the self has never existed and will never exist. That there's no such thing as a self. There's no such thing as a separate you. And there's no you to understand that. There's nobody here. Nothing is happening.
this at like when the, without being quote grounded, whatever, the me is it's busy. It's like busy.
Busy, yeah, it's very busy.
And that's why, because you start to feel
Yeah.
like more present,
Yeah.
and slower, and
The me-
is it more separation? Do you think, or less?
No, there isn't anything more or less separation. There's either separation or there isn't. There is a me or not a me. The me is always looking for a better, it's completely addicted to feeling. And so it's always trying to have a better one.
So it's
And so being conscious is a better feeling, or the idea, the sense of being more conscious or more aware, especially if you have a whole concept, scaffolding around that's the right way to be, then that's also a good feeling. So it's got all these good feelings that it's chasing.
and being more in your body.
And whatever it is, yeah. It's just a
So the
better,
whole idea of being embodied, which is like talked about so much now, it's not really.
it's just a better experience of separation. Because what we're talking about here isn't in the body or outside the body.
That's what it, right? Because it's not like this is about being less in the body, right? It's right, yeah. Exactly.
It's not about anything that has anything to do with the experience of separation. It's got nothing to do with you. There isn't a you. Yeah.
Keeps coming down.
This has nothing to do with you, and there isn't a you to begin with. Don't try to control what the others are doing. There are no others. There is no you to control it. Just falling into separation or appearing to non-existent, falling into non-existent separation.
Yeah, it does, actually. Yeah.
So, there's been times where you mentioned that the contraction is kind of beyond the body in a way. And so, I guess my question is, if the contraction drops, is it something that's reflected beyond the body as well?
Oh, totally.
And in what way?
Well, for the experience of the separate experience, what's happening first off is separate, but it's real and it has a solidity, a realness. The realness of it is a solidity of it, which includes time and space. All of that seems to have a realness, a solidity to it that is related to the experience that I'm real. And so the dropping of that is also, it also disappears there, the illusion that everything is solid and real.
And in doing that, is there...
And meaningful and purposeful.
And in doing that, is there a change in the quality of things in a way?
Yeah. Oh, totally. The illusory realness of them.
And is that more of a felt thing, or is it something that can be sensed in it?
Well, I guess initially you could say there's a lightness to it, but that doesn't, there's not anyone to know that in time, the lightness of it.
So it's more that the lightness is there, but that there's just no commentary. It's just kind of there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's not there. It's just all there is. Everything has a lightness to it.
And then when you're not...
In each sense of the word, actually.
And then when you're interacting with a niece, so to speak, is there a similar thing?
I don't know what you mean. I'm sorry. I'm saying no, but I don't quite understand.
Oh, okay.
It's probably no, but let's see. Let's see.
Default.
I guess so when you're interacting with a person and there's no me for you, is it that you're automatically sensing there's no me in them?
Oh, totally.
Story that...
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that wasn't enough.
No, it wasn't. It was a yes.
So, you're saying that the idea of there's not someone to know and there's not me? Like, when I walked in here and I said, that it feels different than the last time I was here.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if there's not a me, does that?
It also works.
Oh, it's still, so that it could be like there's a memory and a comparison.
Oh, there's memories.
So
Anybody here can call in if they'd like to. Yeah, that's screeching, huh? What about if I do this? No more scritching and scratching. A little bit more laid back, right? What is it? No more scritching and scratching. A little bit more laid back, right? What is it? No more scritching and scratching.
I understand that, but so there could be
The difference is for
happening.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Feeling.
Yeah.
But what you say
That-
the difference is
That you think there is a you, but there's not a you to think that to begin with. Okay, Christopher in Canada. Hello, Christopher?
Oh, shit. I mean, hello.
Christopher? Yeah. Tell me, how old are you, Christopher? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 39. How old are you, man?
So go ahead and turn off the live stream or just turn the volume down so that there's not an echo in the background.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. What work do? You live alone or?
I live alone. I'm in an apartment on my own in Canada. I've been going to Buddhist monasteries since my late teens. And it's been good, but it's been tough.
tough to find community, right? Tough to find somebody to talk to.
Yeah, that's right.
Uh-huh. So have you attended some meditation retreats?
Yeah, I did the SN Goenka retreat in 2008, the 10-day silent retreat.
Okay. And what do you do for work?
I work in computers.
What do you mean computers? You fix computers?
Software development.
Okay. So, what would you like to talk about? Do you have a question?
Yeah, man. I question. So, you're in Malaysia, right?
Yeah.
So, what tradition did you ordain with?
Well, there's, for all intents and purposes, there's not really any different traditions in Buddhism. Um, the main tradition of Buddhism is just your mind. And those direct experiences that you have of and with your own mind, that is the important matter.
Yeah, okay, but I mean, there's like 3 different traditions, right? There's Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, right?
So that is like the relative truth and the absolute truth. So in the relative truth, there is 3 traditions. In the absolute truth, there is no traditions. In the relative truth, you might be thinking about what fast food restaurant to go to. In the absolute truth, there's no you to begin with.
All right, I agree with you. I don't disagree with you, but also there was a reason the Buddha 2,500 years ago laid down a teaching, and from that point on, as the teaching reached different places in the world, different cultures have taken different approaches to it, but there's still, the teaching.
So what are you going to do now?
I don't know, man. Right now, I don't know. I'll get off the line if you're taking calls.
Well, no one else is calling right now. What other question you have? Just a tradition?
So why did you leave the monkhood?
Why are you asking these questions?
Because they're not novice questions. There's questions from somebody that's really been interested for the last 20 plus years, and when I see a monk that leaves, I want to know why. Isn't it supposed to be the answer to life?
Yes. Hello, who's this?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, hey, what's good, bro? Finally, I'm on here.
Who is this?
How you doing? My name's Emmanuel, by the way.
Okay, Emmanuel. What can I do for you today?
I just had a question over the video that you were playing. I understand the concept or the fact that what he's talking about awareness, consciousness, whatever. And he says there's no label, there's no weight, no space, yada yada, and there's no you. So what is it really? Like, how can I put it into? I know that the mind will never fully comprehend it, but how can I integrate it to where at least I'm a little sane with the.
Okay, Christopher, you here?
Yeah.
Good. All right. So we've got 2 questions on the table. Firstly, Emmanuel, so this is the matter of the the truth. This is the matter of being concerned with the truth. So being concerned with the truth is like being concerned with a knife to your throat. Okay? So concerned with the truth, just like a knife can be at your throat, there's not somebody who can get this. There's never been somebody who can get this. Now we say, well, wait a minute. My name's Christopher. My name's Emmanuel. I've got a job. What's your job, Emmanuel?
Oh, right now I'm a provider and caregiver for my mom.
Yeah, I've done that
So that's
work
what I
too. Yeah, can be a good deal. So listen to this, Christopher and Emmanuel. We say, wait a minute. I'm a caregiver for my mother. Wait a minute. I'm a software engineer. Wait a minute. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, etc. We say, excuse me, I'm a monk, or excuse me, I'm this, or I'm that, or I'm a busy man. So you have dreams, don't you? When's the last time you had a vivid dream, Emmanuel?
Well, I can sometimes astral project. So
All right. Well, we're not going to get into that, okay? Let's make some astral generosity happen, all right? Christopher, when's the last time you had a vivid dream?
Not too long ago, brother, but I don't think you want to know about it.
Okay, listen closely. Listen closely. What power does that vivid dream have over your moment by moment experiencing right now?
well, nothing.
Basically zero. Now, sometimes we might have just woken up, or we might have had a very intense dream. We may feel connected to that or involved in that in some way. But it has basically no power over you. So this self-fascination or this self-addiction is something that can be not done, not involved with, not believed in, not enticed by, not convinced by. And yet it can be vividly and deeply and profoundly experienced. Right? And when you actually think about a dream in a certain kind of way, right? Holy moly, how is that possible? That's realer than real. And yet it's empty. So this self-idea that we have, that we try to operate from and through, is basically empty already. And there is no you, there is no you that can get it. Now, on the surface level, that's fine and all, and we'll go back to our cheeseburger, or we'll go back to our bong rips, etc. But when you kind of take this very seriously, and you're open to this notion of the absence of you, this is a revolutionary nothing. And we can say, well, wait a minute, I don't really get that. And that's truth. So you have to allow the I don't really get that to be in there. And if you can't be okay with that, then you're kind of looking for someone to lead you along. You're looking for someone to say, hey, I'm your teacher, or I'm offering value. Are you going to help me out? Are you going to support me? Are you going to be there on the other end? And that is, that's the way that it is.
Yeah, it's not easy to live in a conventional reality, the conventional world, with the idea that you don't exist.
Right. So this is the important point, is that this idea is empty. Just like that dream is empty. So there's no idea. The idea that you don't exist is just another idea of I. It's just another thought. And now a lot of people, they get into this story about, he's not answering my questions. He's not answering accordingly, right? This is a big problem, because just on the basis of good demeanor and a gentleman, okay? Where are you from, Emmanuel? Where are you living?
I'm from SoCal.
Okay, SoCal, my man. So in SoCal in Canada, a real man, when they ask a real question, that means that they're taking responsibility for the question that they ask. So the answer that you receive is the answer that you receive. You want to write a letter to the government about why somebody answered in a certain way or whatever, don't get into that. So the idea here, if there's any idea, is that I is an impossibility. So that our past and our prospective future is no more real and no less empty than our dreams. So
Okay.
you can have a profoundly nightmarish, ungodly, shroom DMT dream and wake up from it. And if you're, if you're generally in motion, you're just fine. You wake up, you go about it. So this is the revolutionary quality of, nobody here to understand anything.
Just an empty vessel.
No, because that's making up an idea of empty and a thing of a vessel. So first we get to know self. First we get to know self, that there's not actually someone here, that the dream is just a dream. Then we get to there's no thing.
No labels. Not even a no label to the no label.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay. Well,
Yeah, man, I'm not trying to purposely be contrarian or disagree with you, but there's three wings to the Buddhist path, right? There's right wisdom, right effort, and right concentration. So the whole not self thing is good, but it's like the meditation part of the path. I don't think that one can live on that. You got to have some kind of identity in this world. If you're not living as a monk to survive, or you collapse.
What's wrong with collapsing?
Well, I mean, like, unless you've got the support of a community, you're gonna like just wither and die by yourself.
Are you not going to wither and die regardless?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, like, am I gonna be any better off than I am, like, drinking every day or whatever?
Well, this is the confusion that's, you think you will get something through Buddhism or get something through meditation, right? So it's actually the attainment of non-attainment. So nothing changes because you realize, not that you think or believe, that's not the same thing, that there's no self. Nothing changes. You can still do whatever you want. You just realize that that sense of self or that sense of identity is kind of empty like a dream, in the same way that a dream is empty. So someone says, should death not be avoided? Death cannot be avoided. There is no should to it. And so no should is very importantly applied to impermanence and no self or no separation and suffering. There is no should. Should we suffer? Should we not suffer? Should things be impermanent? Should things... This is kind of goes to the core of the self, of being the considerer, the person who's considering and making decisions and this and that, etc. So just let that all fall away, and that's where the natural meditation can basically take place. What you could call natural meditation.
In order for to sustain that, someone would have to be meditating, like, every waking hour, like 12 hours a day. Otherwise, what do you do with the rest of your life where you have to make a decision? You have to be a personality and an identity.
You don't actually have a life. It just seems like you do. You don't actually have a past. It just seems like you do. You don't actually have a future. It just seems like you do. Why? Because you is seemingness.
it's so trippy, bro.
You is seemingness, right? So Christopher, what kind of are you a wealthy man, Christopher?
I have money in the bank. I'm not wealthy, but that doesn't displace the question. Like,
Well, listen
If I've got to
closely.
meet, if I got to live, if I have to live
I
day to
know. I
day,
want to get
I
back
still
to
got to.
that. I want to get back to that.
Okay.
So,
All right.
what kind of dana have you practiced with the Buddhist communities that you've been following for the past 10 years?
My Donna's not good, Bonte. Like, I'll give when I stay, but I don't regularly donate to the Buddhist community.
Why not?
I don't know. Will that help?
Of course. When you are in the world of practicality, the practical things make a lot of sense. The Buddhist path for the people in the world of practicality is generosity, virtue, and virtue mindfulness, and then cultivation. So you're not able to cultivate in daily life, which is why the notion of integrating non-self is kind of uh, seems to be exclusive to your practice and your way. So you have to practice dana, you have to practice generosity, you have to practice self-sacrifice. If you have, I say the rules, right? If you don't have much money or resources, you just give what you can, but make sure that you have an active relationship with giving, right? If you're middle income or whatever, give more than you think is appropriate, because you've got actually a lot. So many middle class people that got a bunch of money, they say, well, I'm on the edge of my rope actually. And that leads them to be very contracted about practicing generosity. And number three, if you're wealthy, good luck. If you're a wealthy person or a wealthy man or woman or whatever, it's very, very difficult to practice generosity, because even money.
The Buddha apparently did not teach meditation or any of the higher practices to lay practitioners. He only taught it to monks.
Well, I would say that the Buddha taught meditative inquiry to lay people that he encountered, that had a capacity to receive the teachings. But don't skirt around on the generosity. Finding a way to donate, finding a way to volunteer, finding a way to practice self-sacrifice, concerned with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. If that's the way that you're practicing, Christopher, then you have to do more.
Some of the people in the chat have the wrong idea that they think by you saying I need to give more dana, it means I need to donate to you. But you're saying it might be money, like a monetary gift to a monastery, but it could also be serving your community or something like that, right?
You're hello?
Please wait. See, that's the mind, right? That's the mind. What's next? Right? What's next? Where is it? Hello? That's the mind that we have to slap and cut out and finish and end. That the silence is not the message, that's a little bit silly, but that the silence is a powerful teaching of truth.
Yeah, I agree.
To give up
Got it, yes.
ourselves. To give up ourselves. Now, let's say the highest way of giving yourself up is to become sotapanna, to become stream enterer. That's the greatest action of generosity, natural generosity. But other than that, you're going to kind of go down the line, right? So to sacrifice your understanding to empathize with wisdom and the teachings of the Buddha. You can't do that. To sacrifice your body and mind. Hey, Christopher, I'm going to kick your butt. I'm going to spank your butt in front of everybody.
Sorry for
Don't you
interrupting
dare
you, man.
interrupt. Don't you dare interrupt, Christopher. Don't you dare
You can't get
interrupt.
stream entry without meditating. Generosity alone is not enough for stream entry. Yeah, I'll be quiet now. Like, I'm sorry. I think there's a connection problem, but I don't think you can gain stream entry without a meditation practice.
That's enough of that. You can call in. Anybody can call in as well on WhatsApp. Is nobody else going to call me? Oh, very cool, Emmanuel. I appreciate that. And there you go. I mean, that's the proof's in the pudding. So that's great. Whatever it is, it's, we just let go. And to be in this kind of context and to be in the way of mindfulness and not attaching. Who else is going to call me? Do we have, it's a bunch of pansies in the chat? Raise your hand. If you're not going to call, raise your hand. Say, I'm one of the pansies. I know, but I'm here for you, Christopher. Oh, we got a phone call in India. Answer phone. These gosh darn Indians won't leave me alone. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, AJ.
Anumodana Bante.
Oh, Anumodana. But I'm not Bante anymore, officially.
Yes. But
Okay.
I just love your stream.
Oh, are you in India?
I am in India.
Where in India are you?
Do you know Pune?
No, is that in the south or the north or?
In the Maharashtra.
Maharashtra?
State of Maharashtra.
What's that? Is that?
Mumbai. You were in the Mumbai, I think, 7 months ago, right?
Yeah, I did come to Mumbai. Oh, India is such a place, huh? India is a hell of a place.
Yeah. Thank you.
So
I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
I just love your stream, and you are inspiring me. I just wanted to tell you that.
And you wanted to show everyone that you are not a pansy, right? You don't even know what that is, right?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what it is either. It just, I knew somebody way back when, and they said, pansy, it means like you're a scaredy cat. And what's the deal with cats? Cats are brave. Cats are fierce. All right, AJ, I get the point. And yeah, stay in touch, stay connected, and I'll keep doing my best, and you do the same. All right?
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Take care, brother. Anytime, you let me know. Okay.
Okay. Have
All
a
right.
great day.
Bye. Now, Christopher, I want to get this straight. I want to get this straight with you. Don't think I'm kind of that I don't care. I don't like that, honestly, because I like caring in my situation, in my position, in my practice. That's the Christopher I know. All right? Abhijit, very nice, very good, very good. You can call in. You can call in through the WhatsApp number. Okay? Especially if you want to show everybody that I'm not the real deal. Call in. Gosh. Prove it. Which is why the highest generosity is in fact detachment. So it's automatic. It's instantaneous. But until we get to instantaneous generosity, i.e. detachment, not being attached, we practice making donations, we practice volunteering, we practice renunciation so that we can get to instantaneous detachment, instantaneous generosity. Hey, I know you're preaching to the choir there, Christopher. You're right, Captain. What's with all the weirdos coming in here? All right, Kevin's calling in. Answer phone. Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. How are you, Kevin?
Hello?
You can mute. You have to mute the stream. Turn down the volume on the live stream.
Hello?
Turn down the volume on the live stream, Kevin.
Is this Smart Life?
Yeah. Hello, Kevin.
Hello?
Kevin?
Hi, I can hear you.
Yes.
So I have a question about meditation.
Firstly, where are you from? How old are you?
I'm 20. I'm from Arizona.
You're just a young man.
Yes.
Are you in school? Are you a businessman or?
No, I'm looking for a job.
Okay.
But I'm interested in
Good.
meditation.
Good.
So my question is, what is the significance of meditation in like the daily life?
Okay. How did you learn about the Buddhism?
Oh, well, Buddhism is one of the major religions, and I'm practicing religion, and I'm just looking for something that's pretty interesting, and meditation always stuck out. So.
Well, that's my kind of guy. That's a good young man. You know, I was 20 years old once.
Really?
Really?
Okay. So, where is your if you had to pin down where your daily life is, where would you say that it is, Kevin?
Like on a map?
On the map of your life, on the map of your mind, where would you say your daily life is? On the map of the mind.
I wake up.
No.
I drink
No.
drink.
No. Firstly,
what do you mean?
How long have you been watching the live stream, Kevin?
It's been a few weeks or something.
Really? You watch all of it, or how do you work through it? How do you process it?
Well, I listen, but I don't understand a lot of things, but I'm more interested in the meditation part.
Yeah. Have you read any Buddhist books?
Eh, no, I'm just wondering what like meditation can do for you on a daily basis.
Well, you're gonna have to put your nose to the ground and sniff. So what that means is that you're gonna have to get concerned with some of the Buddhist books, right?
Is there like a certain book I should look for?
Not necessarily, but what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your life?
I'm just looking for a job, but
Are you doing drugs?
No, I'm sober. I'm just really interested in meditation. Here, 1 second. Here. Now I'm in the bathroom. All right, I'm back.
All right, let's keep it together. Let's stay focused here.
I'm focused, bro. Now, there's a meditation center near where I'm living.
What's
and
it called?
I'm thinking of applying.
What's it called?
Just, as a floor cleaner, because that could be very, mindful.
What's the name of the meditation center? What?
I forget what it's called, but I think starting out as sweeping the floor might, be mindful and whatnot.
All right. So keep doing your best, and we'll check in on the other end. Good job staying connected, Kevin. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye. $1 trillion. Kevin, 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 Kevin. Sweep the floors. Yes, sweep those floors. Sweep those floors. Somebody did call through Google Voice. Somebody did call through Google Voice. And that's not, you need to call through WhatsApp. It says call in on WhatsApp. Okay? So it's great that we have kind of a new practice going on right now, isn't it? Give me 1 second, Emmanuel. We've got a call from Heather coming in. Okay, hello, Heather. Okay, so hang up. Cold feet. Call in, everybody. Mr. Monk. Mr. Monk Life. Hello, Heather?
Hello.
Yeah. Who's this? Who are you?
Hi, Bante. It is Jay.
Who?
First of all, I wanted to say Jonesy's mama.
Oh, okay. What can I do for you?
I wanted to say that I have 2 questions. The first, I want to say I am very proud of you for stepping down. It takes a lot of humility and accurate self-reflection and strength to see a problem and address it head on, especially when you have so many people watching your every move. I have 2 questions. The first one is your practice specifically. How often, after all these years, do you feel like you still body scan? And when you do body scan, how often do you notice something off that should be addressed?
This is just So my main practice is a chan, or like a non-duality practice. So that's just a whole lot of nothing. Really, I don't really have a practice. I don't
You
really
don't
have
body scan ever?
I don't really have a life fundamentally, okay? But in terms of body scanning, that's a way that you know, just like when you use the toilet and you clean yourself up. That's a way that you clean up and scan through and take care of those sensations and those different areas inside. You see what I'm saying? So it's not a
So
big
you feel like
deal. It's something to be done as a way of relaxation and a way of being, etc. Not something
so you don't
special.
do that anymore?
No, sure, sure. Anybody can do that. Just like, you know, somebody's completely enlightened or completely in the world of spiritual enlightenment, they still have to clean their buttocks after they use the toilet. You know, what you eat comes out as shit.
Okay, so
And for the people who don't know,
you
because some
don't
people
use
don't
it
know
very
this,
often anymore.
because what some people don't know is that body scanning means that you collect your attention, you collect your mind, you collect your awareness and your presence, and you scan through the body. You scan through the body. What I'm saying is that there's no time in which to do that. And if there is any time in which to do that, it's only now. And there's nobody else in this now. Just like this is like a hologram, or this is like a dream. So you're in that dream, but can you meditate in that dream? Well, that's what we all want to do, right? If we could meditate in our dreams, we'd be super based and super deep, right? So
I think they call that lucid dreaming.
you are, yeah, so you're lucid dreaming now. Well, you can either lucid dream or you can be scrolling on TikTok and scrolling on YouTube nonstop, right? Consuming and complacent. So you can be lucid dreaming and you can fly to Japan, or you can fly to South Korea, or fly to Kathmandu, or fly to Lebanon, wherever you want to fly to. You're lucid dreaming, you're lucid dreaming. But to wake up is to see through the appearance or the fog of the dream, that there's nobody here, that there's nothing going on, that there's, because you can't say it's the Matrix, because the Matrix, somebody woke up into another Matrix. Who's to say that the Matrix that we know of isn't the Matrix of 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 the Matrix, etc.? You see what I mean? So it's turtle shells all the way down, it's bullshit all the way down, it's freedom all the way down. So please give it a moment, and you can take that home to the bank, all right? Let me know how it goes. You got it?
Okay. I heard a point in there that was good. Appreciate you for the insight you did give. Question 2. When you're dealing with Sangha members and they're having disagreements between themselves, like between each other, and it's causing a rift, how do you like to address that between members? Like previously in your Discord and previously when you were a monk, like how do you help mediate those things in a equanimous, you know, because there's obviously no good side. How do you kind of like navigate that?
Well, we're not owed. We don't deserve community.
I agree.
We're not owed community. So the you know, just as much as your community might function well, somebody might come in and shoot up the place. That's life. That's the reality. That's kind of how it works. So what we need is mindfulness and detachment. And as much as you can be mindful and as much as you can detached, you can communicate with people, and you can say, look, you know, we're not going to fight here, and this isn't the space for that, and you leave it at that. You leave it there. Hey, I'm expecting you to call, okay? Hey, we got calls coming in. All right, Heather, let's leave it there for now, all right? And my advice for you is listen more to Jim Newman. And you can also listen, you know Samaneri Jayasari, right? Okay, listen to Longchen Pa, listen to Guru Padmasambhava?
You're gonna have to write that in chat. I'm not gonna be able to spell that with the language barrier.
Okay.
But
Language barrier. Okay, all right. I get it. I'm going to send it to you. All right, go ahead, Emmanuel. Did you want to say something? And thank you for your call, Heather. It's very appreciated.
Have a good night, Varapanya.
First of all, thank you for letting me join. I've been trying to get a hold of you, but when you hung up on the last guy, I also left the group, so that's why I'm here now. But can I share a little bit of what I've been doing for my practices?
Yeah. Share a little bit about that.
Okay, so I started going to this Hindu temple that's in my area that's pretty close, but I kind of stopped going just because
Where are you at?
I'm in Hemet, California.
Are you nearby, like LA?
Like probably like an hour 30 from there.
Well, we're going to get you hooked up because there's a temple, there's some groups there that is really going to get you juiced up in that area. You got a car, right?
Yeah.
So Fridays, Saturdays, that kind of thing. We're going to figure it out. It's where you can go. Do you have that time span, though, to like go out for a Friday night to go to the monastery? Okay, all right. I'm going to tell you the temple and the place to go, and you're going to get juiced up there. Hold on one sec. We got to take an intermission. Stop calling the phone. Stop calling the phone number as if I'm your uncle in Texas. I'm not in America. It's a WhatsApp number. You guys know about WhatsApp? You ever heard about Asia? You ever heard about people outside of the United States of America that don't have a 443 phone number? You don't call on Google Voice. You don't call on your regular phone number. You call through the WhatsApp. You download WhatsApp and sign up. Oh, my name and me, oh, me, 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 oh, my name and me, oh. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, 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 my name and me, yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, 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 my name. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, 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 my name and me, oh. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, 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 my name and me, oh. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh, me, oh, my name and me, oh. Yo, my name and me, oh, me, oh, 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 my name and me, oh. All right. Yeah, so take a moment, Emmanuel, and let's see what this 602 guy, because you got some big homework, okay? I'm going to send you a message about that, all right? Okay, go ahead, 602.
Hi, am I on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you for having me.
Why don't you introduce yourself and then you can ask your question?
Sure. Well, I'll
go by Seven for now. I'm also from Arizona, and I came across you, funny enough, on a stream with Matan Evans,
Yeah.
and I find it entertaining and enlightening, but I think for different reasons than some people would. But that is my concern. I wanted to ask you a bit about your background and your experiences, or alternatively, as I'm talking, you have things you'd like to share with me. I'm open to that as well.
Well, this is let's see about this. Let's talk about this a little bit. So really what this is kind of like an arm wrestling meetup. And I'm Mr. Arm Wrestler. I'm Mr. Arm Wrestling Guy. And so people are at different levels of experience with arm wrestling. And also people are firefighters, people are police officers, people are, have a beautiful wife or a beautiful husband, or they're gay, or whatever it is that they do, or they got a lot of money, or they got, all these different things, right? These different aspects of identity. But here, and what this is kind of emanating from, and what this is expressing from, is a deep concern with mindfulness and detachment. And also, we've got another call coming in. And also, wait a minute. Wait a minute for the other person who's calling in. And so what we're kind of the reasoning for being in here is to be concerned with enlightenment, awakening, non-duality, and the ending of suffering. And apparently, how we can support each other in going in that direction. But the fundamentals here, is that I was a Buddhist monk for 7 years. I've been a serious meditation practitioner for a while. So as much as you want to get involved, or you want to support, or you want to support that in some way, we can see which way to go. We can see what's going to come out of it. But it's not much in terms of interpersonal. It's more like intergenerosity. And
okay, well, thank you for directing me. That's helpful.
Yeah.
I am interested in talking about that.
And that's very impersonal and open, and mostly about listening deeply and experiencing.
I can understand. To my ability, if you're going to use the metaphor of arm wrestling, I maybe have weaker biceps than you if I'm going to compare myself, at least in this area. But I think, you asked one gentleman on here sort of where he was. I'm paraphrasing in his life, and I think like many of us, we're in transition, but I try my best to be here. And so, being present and accepting firsthand before reacting is something that I've, now I'm realizing I have a behavior pattern of not doing or doing as a reaction rather than, sort of just being. And so that's, as I've listened to you speak, while you're speaking English, it is somewhat foreign to me. And so I was hoping, if you could either direct me with your words, or, you mentioned a couple of readings. That would also be helpful.
Okay, that's great. That's a good request. Thank you, brother. And you're 7, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. That's wonderful. Haymaker, hold on, Haymaker. We're going to get you in this call. And remember the big teaching about not being in a hurry. The big teacher about not being in a hurry. That is one of the best teachers that we can actually have in this, not being in a hurry. Haymaker. And for those people who are calling me on Google Voice or calling me through that number as if it's a normal phone, please don't do that. Emmanuel, do you have anything to add?
I have more like a question, but that's fine.
Well, let's stay with one question first. But what's your question?
Well, basically, what I'm looking for, I know it's not in the temple. I know it's not in books. I'm looking for what that video you played today. Everything you're talking about, that's what I need. And I'm just trying to get there, and I want to stay there. Any tips?
All right, listen to this. Let me tell you something. Let's go slow. Let's go slow with this. Haymaker, welcome in. Do you have a question?
Hey, brother, man, how you doing? This is Cornbread 69 on here from your chat.
All right, Cornbread, you keep it simple, you keep it slow. We're not going to be pumping around and running around and talking that nonsense in here. You got it? I'm here. I'm back. I'm going to put you back. I'm going to put you back. I'm going to send you back to the YouTube chat. You don't get it together, brother.
I want to ask you a couple questions.
Yeah, you want to ask me a couple questions? I'm going to give you a couple answers. You understand that?
All right, well, hey, here's a couple questions for you.
What you want to talk?
How do you feel about the country that...
Hold on, Haymaker. Haymaker?
It's a lot quieter in here now.
Haymaker?
I think you've muted the wrong person.
All right. Well, so, Cornbread, you're very welcome here, and I'm glad you're calling in. And this is for Emmanuel and Seven as well.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay, so let's think about having a dream. Okay? Cornbread, you got to unmute your mic. And Emmanuel, you got to mute your mic. So let's think about having a dream. All right, Cornbread, keep it muted for a sec. Keep it muted for a sec. We'll talk about this country. We'll talk about where it's heading and where it's coming from. You don't mind if I talk like this, do you?
I didn't know I was muted.
All right, well, just mute it on down so I can tell the people about. Just mute it on down so I can tell the people. Okay, so imagine like being in a dream. Anyone here ever had a dream before? Raise your hand. Raise your hand and put in the chat if you've had a dream. Okay? So it might be a good dream, and then what do we want to do? We wake up, we're tired, and where do we want to go? We want to go back into the dream, go back into sleep. So we're not ready to be tooted up, to take on the day, to take on life. Yes? Now, in the same way, we wake up from a bad dream, horrible dream. We've just come from a horrible dream in a horrible place. A lot of people just go back to sleep, don't they? They want to go back to sleep. They don't want to deal with the horrible dream that they've gone through. So it would seem that there's a certain kind of contradiction in this, right? It's a good dream, it's a bad dream, and yet we're going back to sleep. How is that? Why is that? Because we want the pleasure and we don't want the pain. But life is full of pleasure and more so full of pain and also full of neutrality. So this is the matter of dreaming versus wakefulness, or being in the world of an ordinary being, or waking up to the truth, seeing the way that it really is. Okay, this is kind of like the idea. Now, there's nobody, this is also kind of like the idea that there's nobody here to begin with. They're just in the same way, like, where did those dreams that you had go to? Where did they come from? Where are they now? Right? Where are we during regular life? Where are we 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? Where is that? Where does that come from? Well, it comes from nothing now and goes back to nothing now, etc. And you can't name it. Nothing now is just sound with silence. So What are we going to do about that if we're concerned about waking up? Well, there's nothing that you can do ultimately, because you're not really there to begin with. And yet, if you have to pee, you have to pee. So this is working with the world of the relative and the absolute. This is not something that can be conceptually understood. So, in going in this direction, you have to be like an arm wrestler. Be like someone who's interested in arm wrestling, and use your gut and use your heart and use your lungs and your intuition to say, this is.
Man, can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, Haymaker. I've been talking too much anyway, haven't I?
About 95% of the Americans around here are hard-working Americans.
I believe
they
it.
have to work every day.
I believe that.
And when they work every day, they do nothing but work and family.
I know that's right.
This is where I'm coming from. I'm a Southern Baptist hillbilly from the
Sure.
Appalachians of America.
Sure.
And this is the problem I have with everything. I love everything you're coming from because I want to ask you a couple questions. You're so mellow in life. Your heart rate and blood pressure must be so mellow, man. You're so mellow in life. I've been watching you for a while, and it's amazing. It feels like what you're talking about, you're dead on point. This whole world has gone satanic and evil. And I love what you're talking about. And you say you're a monk. I'm a Southern Baptist. And hey, I feel like all the religions are coming together. Hey, evil versus good. People can't see it no more. So I just want to holler at you here and let you know, here on a Saturday night, woo, it's a Sunday. Everybody's feeling the Holy Spirit up in here. Hey, they can't hear it no more in this world. They don't want to hear it no more. And I'm letting you know, this country has gone satanic. I'm letting you know there's one man only. That's the Holy Spirit. That's the man above. He's going to let us know what's good. I love you, Monk, and I love everything you're talking about, and I'm going to let you get control.
All right, get on out of here. Get on out of here, Haymaker. Get on out of here.
Hey, I'm going to stay up in here. I ain't going to leave.
Get on out of here now.
I'm going to pack down.
Get on out of here now. So anyways, really, you don't have any choice but to stay tuned, all right? And Emmanuel and Seven, I'll do my best to make it interesting and worthwhile to stay tuned, okay? For sure, I'll do my very best with that. But in terms of, how can you help me? How can I help you? If I tell you to do something, if you ask me, you say what to do, you have to go and do that. You have to go and experience that. Otherwise, we don't have anything to talk about. There's nothing interpersonal. You don't have to be here. I don't have to be here. You give freely. I give freely. And if you don't receive and make use of what I give and share with you, we got nothing to talk about. We got nothing to work with. It's not a linear path. Like you go up this step, that step, that step, that step. It's more like you're learning to realize that you're dreaming. Should it be turned up or should it be turned down? Should it be like this? Up or down? If there's anybody who hasn't called yet, you can call in through WhatsApp. The number is there in the description, okay? You can call right in. We got some messages that came through as well. Why don't we take a look at these messages? When they called my number as if it was a phone number, a normal phone number. What's this?
Hey, Monk. It's me, man. Just want to holler at you there. See how you doing. But I'm going to call you back here. We're live here and just want to ask you a couple questions about a couple things. All right, I'll talk to you then.
You either have faith in your teacher or you don't, but it cannot be explained to you. It cannot be explained. And if we are beginners, if we're just getting started in this stuff, this is a place to learn. I'm more experienced than you. I was a Buddhist monk for 7 years. Of course, it's a stupid thing to say. But so is having a degree, so is having a doctorate, or being a university professor, etc. And you get what you give. So when you start to make use of you start to listen to some guided meditations, you start to look into Buddhism, you start to research this and research that and non-duality, you start to practice, you start to exert yourself. Now you have a question to come and ask. I'd rather make it easy for myself than make it difficult. Let's go back to Jim Newman.
There isn't any meaning attached to it. There isn't any sense that it has any value, that there's a difference. For the me, it has value. It's on the me, the experience of the individual, the experience of separation is being on a journey.
So the sense of an I, or the sense of a self, is this being in a journey. But actually, this is just illusory, right? This sense of giving meaning, like we have this idea that this is meaningful. I have this idea, you have this idea, that this is meaningful. The I, the self sense, exists in me.
It's on a path somewhere. It hopes better, and sometimes it's worse, but it's actively trying to make its experience better. And so comparison is put into that context. Everything is put into that context of where it finds itself on its journey.
So the comparison is like, oh, it's getting better, I'm getting better.
This is different, that means something. Whatever, yeah, anything. There's 7 billion bodies, and there's 7 billion, if there's 7 billion me's, let's say, then there's 7 billion stories about it getting better or worse.
There's nothing here that's making a mockery of anything. You know, what is making a mockery of Buddhism is armchair Buddhism. having a kind of possessiveness or possession over Buddhism. That's making a mockery of it. Hello? Yes, who's this?
My name is Garrett. I have a question for you.
Yeah, welcome, Garrett.
First of all, it's really good to speak to you. I came across your channel and I love what you do. But my question is, so I have reached enlightenment. I do not experience suffering anymore. And I do see the truth. And I know people who don't see this or understand it. It's hard to comprehend. It's hard to explain to a person. But right now, what I'm dealing with, my family, they happen to be people that suffer very intensely. And you know, I dealt with that when I was growing up, and I want to help them. But you know, it's like every time I try to help them, I feel like it gets worse. And I just want your advice on how I can change the way that I approach them with the subject. I do want to be more like you. I learned the gentleness and the softness from what you say, but I just want to say that I want to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm in my 30s.
And how about your job?
I do construction.
How much you make doing something like that?
I mean, why are we talking about how much I make?
You're not comfortable to share that? Are you there? What was your name?
I'm wondering why you're asking so many personal questions.
Because I don't know about you. I don't know where you are coming from, what your background is. So that's why I'm trying to get a key into your situation.
Okay, are you not live streaming right now?
No, this is our live stream. We live streaming.
Oh, okay, I do hear you. Okay. So I can answer the questions now that I realize it was you. I'm sorry, I saw what was going on in the live stream. I'm sorry, my video was not live.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I'm 30. I do construction. I make decent money. I've been taking care of my family since 18 years old. Actually, I was going to go into the military at 18 years old, and I ended up taking care of my mom. She got in a car accident, and my stepdad left her, and so began my journey of taking care of my family. I've been doing that my whole life. I still do that.
Yeah. And what? And what? Now you're trying to convert them to the meditation or the Buddhism, or?
Yes. So actually, how I got here is kind of strange, but I just know that I want to just help them see clearly, you know, to see the ridiculousness of life and to be eased of their sufferings. They deal with sufferings in everything in life, every minor inconvenience, every minor setback. They're very hard on themselves, hard on other people, and I'm trying to just bring lightness to them, bring levity to them, help them, not defeat themselves in the mind, not to understand that they are defeating themselves. But I feel like the more that I try to help them, the more it hurts them, because they take it like I'm criticizing them when I'm trying to spread truth and spread light with them. I really struggle helping them.
Yeah.
I feel like they're very broken people, and I used to be very broken.
Well, you have to detach from your family. Well, a lot of times what we think is generosity is actually interpersonal and transactional. So what those people need is they need the blessing of the forgiveness. They need the blessing of the ending. They need the blessing of the seeing through. And we don't do that through talking. So it's like you can't talk somebody through the path. They have to have a willingness. Now, sometimes there's a place for wrathful compassion, but that is an emanation of wisdom, and that's the last thing you want to be doing, concerned with the family that you're involved with. So, in a sense, you have to abandon the family that exists within your mind, and you have to practice the giving of the ending to the family that you encounter. In your moment-by-moment experience. So for example, you can bring up in your mind like the idea of abandoning your family. Because you have some experience about the enlightenment or the insight, then you realize that the family is temporary or impermanent. No matter what. And so you can actually bring to your mind this idea of abandoning your family and leaving them behind, going to become a monk or going to practice full-time at the monastery, and kind of spend some time digesting that. Spend some time kind of being with that possibility. Who knows? Maybe that will happen. We never really know what's going to happen. So, yeah, that's what I recommend. Just kind of detach more, abandon more, uninvolved more with that family dynamic. It doesn't mean that you're like, you're in conflict with them or that you're materially abandoning them. But in terms of the mind, like take a step back from that involvement. Because that kind of involvement can actually make us miss out on the real way of emanating the enlightenment, giving the nibbana energy, which is non-conceptual, not cognitive. And those people very likely, they can't receive it because they just don't have the blessings, so you can, for example, you can cultivate blessings and then dedicate it to them. Right? You can make the offering of the blessings for them by doing some meritorious activities, even doing like a meditation retreat or something, or visiting a temple in your area and just like making a small offering, and then dedicating and offering those merits of that generosity, of that self-sacrifice to your family. You know what I mean? Because that's really how we transmit the enlightenment mind, is we sacrifice ourselves. We give up our egos. We give up being the teacher, or we give up being the right one. We give up being the correct one, and we just kind of give. The deepest form of giving that we can give is not intellectual.
You're right. You're definitely right. A lot of the things that you're saying have actually crossed my mind.
I've fallen into that trap too. And it just tends to be like a dead-end street. And then the people who, you care about and you want to connect with, they kind of can get confused, and then they get confused about you. They get confused about your perspective and your way of being as well, which is not necessary.
Yeah, and so I guess I have a message kind of for your audience too, is for people to understand that, you know, just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's not real. Like when a person is truly free from suffering, when they truly are free, it is a real thing, and it is a gift, and it is beautiful, and it is, you know, life is like the unfolding of a flower, the blossoming of a flower, even the bad things sometimes. You know, everything happens for a reason. But like you said, you're exactly right. It's not for me to be the teacher.
The last thing you want to do is be the teacher. You're going to end up like me. Homeless, helpless, no job, no income, no regular income, just on YouTube all the time. So it's great to hear from you, brother, and I'm glad that you've been staying connected. And let me know how it goes if you take a different approach. Okay?
I will. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Take care, brother. A lot of love. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Answer phone. Hello?
Hello?
Who's this?
Oh, this is Lucky or Spiced in the chat.
Who?
It's Lucky.
What's the username in the chat?
Spice.
Oh yeah, Spice. I saw you prancing around in there. Yeah. How you doing? What's?
Yeah. I'm not doing well. How are you tonight? Or
Good.
Not tonight, but whatever time it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I had a question about monastic life. Is that a path you would recommend to everybody? Or are there some people out there that you would say, no, it's not for you?
It's not really for Westerners. But as much as you're...
Coming from you.
As much as you're interested and willing to sacrifice and abandon your life, then the monastic path can be... Yeah, it's a great point. The monastic path can be like realistic. But what I'd say, unless you're a conservative person, because a lot of the kind of monastics that seem to be long-term and successful as monks are coming from a more conservative background. And so they find themselves fitting into a rigid structure. They find themselves fitting into a lot of learning rites and rituals, and maybe being a bookworm or being by themselves, or kind of adopting a new culture that's very conservative. But not everybody's like that, and monasticism doesn't just have to be that way. So what really more is the question is like, where are these opportunities to abandon your life? Where are these opportunities to sacrifice your life concerned with the path? You know what I mean? Concerned with awakening. And there are not that many. But ordination as a bhikkhu or as a novice is definitely one of them. It's definitely one of those possibilities. But it's difficult, and it's something that most people don't last a very long time doing, especially Westerners. But most people, they'll ordain for a short time. They'll only ordain for a short time, most people. But even for a short time, it can be good. The question is kind of like, are you looking to become a monk, or are you looking for a way to sacrifice your life concerned with the path? And how far are you interested and willing to take that? To make your life not about money. Well, for anybody, but for you as well, personally.
To be entirely honest, not particularly much.
Yeah. So, you just got to let it go and let it be, and don't worry about those kinds of things. Don't think about those kinds of things.
I'll try my best.
What?
I'll let somebody else ask the question.
No. Why are you asking about become a monk if you're not interested for that? So what's the other question you have?
I'm actually curious.
What's the secret question that you have?
The secret question?
Get out of here.
All right, I'll get out of here.
Okay. Bye-bye, brother. Hello?
Hey, brother, man.
What you want to talk about?
Hey, Mom.
What you want to talk about?
Man, it's old cornbread again. Just want to holler at you there.
Well, I've been around. You watching the live stream, ain't you?
Yeah, man, I got you on here. I'll turn you
Well,
down.
you see me, you see me, you see me, you hear me, you see.
Anybody can hear you on here.
You see the rain, you see everything that's around. What, you having crawdads?
Anyways, I got a few questions to ask you.
Yeah, go ahead, ask them.
How peaceful are you in life?
I feel fine. I feel fine. You can hear it in my voice, can't you? I feel just fine. Doesn't mean lightning's not going to strike. I don't want to be. I don't want to be drunk on moonshine. I don't want to be struck by lightning. I don't want to have a disaster come across me. But right now, I'm fine as peaches. I'm fine as peaches and wine.
Hey, Monk. A couple months ago, I got hit by lightning at my front door, my front trailer door. I got hit by lightning.
Well,
it hit on the other side of the holler there.
You know what they say. You know what they say. It is what it is. That's the Lord's work. That's a God's work.
I'm still here and kicking it. But I just want to let you know that you said get struck by lightning. I did get struck by lightning.
Let it strike you. Let it strike you down. If it's God's will, let it strike you down. If it's the will of Buddha, strike me down. Come and get me. Come and get me, Satan. Come and get what I got.
That's what I tell them.
You don't want it.
Hey, that's what I told that.
You don't want what I got, Satan.
Hey, I told that little slot lizard down there at the whole corner.
All right. It's enough of that. Enough hooting and hollering. As they say, be careful. You get to summoning some demons on you, etc. So, that's why I like Jim. He says, don't worry about it. Stop believing in that bullshit. That's what I like. That's what I need. Let's keep listening here. And we love you here, Cornbread. Don't think that, but you get to hooting and hollering, and we get to be getting too much of that.
And none of that's really true.
No, well, there isn't a story. There are no stories. This is all there is. There isn't a story to it.
There isn't a story. There isn't a story to tell. This is all there is. This is all there is. So those people who are trying to tell you a story, be very wary. They might be leading you to gold. They might be leading you to their toilet pile, their feces pile. Am I right or am I right? And ultimately, what do we want to do? Be led around by people, or we want to be in our own path?
It's contextless.
This is contextless. There's no context to this. Haymaker, if you don't stop calling this gosh darn phone, I'm going to pick up. I'm going to talk to you again. Don't keep calling.
It's an appearance of nothing. It just doesn't have the reality or the context that the experiencer seems to feel it does. It's just free. This is the whole of it. There isn't a story about how this came to be. This can appear as a story, though, but there is no story about how this came to be. It's everything.
And how about the idea of listening
Yep.
a sense of separation.
Yep.
Is that story also?
It is a story.
It is a story, but it's kind of happening?
It seems to happen, yeah.
It seems to happen. And
the end of me, there being a me is a story. There isn't actually a me here.
Don't get me started. Don't get me riled up. Don't get me riled up. Okay? Don't get me hooting and hollering. Yeah, sounds cool, Jeremy. Let me know how it goes. Go there to make an offering, make a donation. You can go to the, of course, you can donate some money, but you can also go to the grocery store and you can pick up like some fruits. Pick up like some different nice fruits or watermelon and stuff, and then show up to the temple at a reasonable time, maybe around 10 a.m., and tell them you want to offer fruits. You want to make an offering to the monks. Why? I don't know. It seems that'd be something cool to do, wouldn't it? I'd be down to do that. Calls are still open. But we need to listen to Jim Newman.
For the me, it seems like everybody is a me. When there isn't a me, there's never is a me. And in that story of me, it seems like there can be a loosening.
And it seems like there can be sort of...
Or a tightening.
Is it really?
Huh?
There isn't really...
There isn't really anything.
And loosening also could go back and forth.
And for the individual, again, we're back to comparison. This is loosening. I'm getting closer. Getting closer to nothing.
From nothing to nothing.
No, homegrown tomatoes, tomato, potato, whatever it is. You know, we're getting closer to nothing. There's a lot of different perspectives here. You know, everybody wants to put me on a cross and crucify me. You're a monk, you're not a monk, you're a good guy, you're a bad guy. Leave me alone. Let me be. That's really insightful, Ezra. I really like that. Let me be. We're singing, I just can't wait to be free. Take out the I. Just can't wait to be free. Take out the just. Can't wait to be free. Take out the wait. No, take out the can't. Wait to be free. Take out the wait. To be free. Take out the to be. Free, 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 free. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. No, I don't know. Why does everybody want to be the teacher? Everybody wants to be the enlightened person. Everybody wants to be the cool person. Quinton C., if you become a monk in Thailand, you can live there indefinitely. The temple will take care of your visa. You can do it when you're older as possible. Enough. I'm not playing this game anymore. Comments coming in and going out. People just talking nonsense. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. Come on away, 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 Come on, everybody. Come on, everybody. Let's go. Aim up the sky and you will get high. Your best is the best.
almost like hold dear that somehow it's a comforting thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's even the idea, I guess the longer you've been alive is more, even just to fathom that life without that is another impossibility.
Yeah. Yeah.
The contracted sense of self falls away.
Yeah.
And thoughts can still come.
Yeah.
And emotions can still come.
Yeah.
Can a contracted sense.
So, one of the things that's different between me and Jim is that Jim doesn't offer prescriptions. So he doesn't tell people what to do, what they should try to do. But I'm freely to offer prescriptions on what people should do and what they should not do. But the degree to which you trust me as a doctor or not is up to you. And I'm also handing out non-prescriptions and also spiritual entertainment. So Jim is like the master of Jim Newman. We're listening to Jim Newman here in the rain in Malaysia.
Not really, because it's a large part of it is a belief. And there just isn't anyone left to believe in it. I mean, a way of saying it is, how could something that never happened happen again?
How could something that's never happened happen again? How could something that's never happened happen again? In the same ways with classical Buddhism, how could someone realize that they're not someone? Impossible.
Because there isn't a... Yeah. The whole story, I think in a context like this, is that Jim, there was a me, and then it fell away, and now Jim sits in the front. And so all of that is a real story about how this situation came to be. And there isn't actually an explanation for this. The me is actually an explanation of itself. You know, it comes up and explains its reality all the time. And there is no explanation for this. It's beyond the conception of freedom. It's freedom beyond conception. This. It's already done. It just doesn't mean anything to the separate individual because it can't be done.
It's kind of funny how
This doesn't mean anything to the separate individual like you or me because it can't be known. This doesn't mean anything to the separate individual because it cannot be known. Mr. Jim Newman, everybody. Round of applause.
Mean anything to the separate individual because it can't be known.
It's kind of funny how the denial, when you said that, like the denial is just so automatic.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
This isn't freedom. I don't feel it.
Yeah, and then it's like, I can't actually put my finger on why it's not. Why it doesn't feel like it's it.
Oh, because it's not a feeling. It's nothing to the individual.
Wait, what do you mean?
What's truly longed for is the end of separation, but the end of separation is nothing to the individual. It's death, in a sense. In as much as there's a me, it's the worst thing you could think of because it's the end of you knowing. And it's what's most longed for.
It's the end of you knowing. It's the end of you knowing. So what is you without knowing anything? What is you without knowing anything? What is you without knowing anything? And let's get some big W's in the chat, everybody. We've reached a new landmark, 14,700 subscribers. We are on our way to our 15,000 subscriber mark. Just, I don't know. Just don't know. No need for I. Just don't know. No need for I, just don't know. You're stealing. You're a stealer. You're stealing. You are taking. You are objectifying. That is why you will have many side effects, many problems. Your desire to share is just more selfishness. You is a stealer.
Is boredom an experience that belongs purely to the individual?
Being bored, but there are boring things. 4 hours for a delayed flight can be a little boring, but there isn't any one. Boredom is then fresh and new.
Okay, so this is the teaching that there can be pleasantness, there can be unpleasantness, there can be neutrality or boredom or whatever, but there's nobody being bored. There's nobody experiencing unpleasantness. There's nobody experiencing pleasantness. You understand? Do you understand that?
There just isn't anyone being bored, or boring food, or boring people. All that still seems to happen, but there just isn't anyone being bored.
So there's freshness no matter what.
Absolutely. And that's the key, in a sense, to everything we're talking about, is it is already all of that. It is already free. It is already fresh and new. And that includes the sense of an experiencer being bored. That's the reason there's no way, there's no point, there's no reality to a glimpse as opposed to a not a glimpse. It has nothing to do with what's happening because it already is everything that appears to be happening. Nothing is. It's already whole and complete. It's already done. No matter what appears is so fully itself that it's completeness in action. Even if that's a sense of separation or a sense of boredom or whatever appears. In that way, you couldn't say anything else other than it's perfect.
So it's the totality, just...
But everything that appears is the totality.
When I get there.
So does that mean the present moment doesn't exist?
Yeah, it does.
This is the big stupid idiot fallacy. Keep rocking on. That anybody cares about what you think or what your philosophy is or what your idea is. Meet the edge of my blade. Meet the end of my barrel. O philosopher, O philosophi, who sit on the mountain, sharing down their considerations. I give you the ending. I give you the resolution of uninvolvement. I give you the blessing of the ending. What is you guys, has anyone here ever heard about all of the philosophical, like a rat's nest argument or a straw man argument or the potato man fallacy? Do y'all know what I'm talking about there? This fallacy, that fallacy. Nobody believes in that stuff. The reason that you have to say, haven't you heard of the appeal to authority fallacy, is because you need to appeal to authority to seem more right about what you're talking about, which isn't practical to begin with and doesn't have anything to do with what's going on to begin with. Your appeal to the appealing to authority fallacy is just an appeal to the authority of the appealing to authority fallacy. The modern day philosopher is the jester of ancient Rome, making noises and doing dances. That's exactly what it is. A bunch of fake bullshit in my society, in my world, where I'm in control. You understand that? Keep rocking on. My world, my mind, I'm in control. I decide what's true. I decide what's an ad hominem. I decide what's not an ad hominem. The logic of a blade, the logic of a barrel, the true logic of the guillotine. The ending of your philosophy. The ending of your position. Let's get real about it. Your money about me, your Yoi Mani Padme Hum. 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 You order him, you send him here, Jason. And we'll see what we can do.
So then what is it? So it's not the present moment. It's not there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Millions of effort OnlyFans. Yeah. You're gonna call your customer service.
Today. Now.
So the present moment is always for you.
Yeah.
Does the me create time because it likes the story?
No. It doesn't create time. It just, because there is time, apparently. For these words to make sense, there seems to need to be time. And they do, sometimes. No, it's the reality of it. It's the reality, the meaningfulness, the purposefulness. That's the illusion. No, it is that. It is the realness of what is. It is the realness of time. The realness of the table. It can't actually see the table. It sees itself, which is the realness of the table. And so it has the experience of moving through time because it has a real position as opposed to time. So it moves through time. Rather than there just being everything, there's me moving through time, the reality of time. Whereas really there's just everything. That's everything, tabling.
It's more about the realness even than the story.
Oh, totally. Well, the story is the realness. It's the same. The realness is the story is the realness. If it's not real, there's no story. The realness is, at the same time, the meaningfulness and the purposefulness and the intention of the experience of separation. It's all the same energy.
So the me is really about being real and everything.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Well, it's also very much so the sense of being meaningful and purposeful. And also, it's got a few things in it, because it's also the sense of this being somehow incomplete. And that engenders the sense of intention, which is the requirement of free will, which is illusory, and volition, as far as making this better, a better experience. Guilt, fear, All of that arises with the experience that I am real, this is real. It has meaning and purpose and intention. And my job as an individual is to make it better. Every individual is different, but they generally fall into two categories: making myself better or the world better. It's one of the two.
It's amusing how many levels of faith.
In a way, yeah. Yeah.
And
or don't really
have. Do you think do you think it happens that all of that kind of goes with the me naturally, or is it learned?
No, it's reinforced through the learning experience that everybody else says I'm a me. There's a confirmation in that.
But you think it's kind of a natural, inevitable thing of a body apparently being quote born?
Not necessarily. No, absolutely not. I have had more than one phone call of someone saying, "Oh, that I'm not mentally ill. There just never was a me." Not a lot, but a couple of phone calls. Yeah. Well, there's no value in the experience of separation or there being no experience of separation.
Really, you think there's no
Oh,
value?
no. How could there be? What would be missing to add to that would need to have something to be added to it? It's only in the story of me that something's missing that needs to be added.
But it seems like the subtraction of it seems to be the subtraction of it has some value.
Well, because it lives in a world of getting. And so it thinks Jim got something. And so it will put Jim as knowing something that doesn't know, having something that doesn't have, and somehow in some way being really good person because he got it. And just none of that's true. Certainly not the good person bit. No, it really is. There is nothing to get out of what we're talking about. Not in the sense of the individual having a better experience.
And neither one is more true.
Well, there isn't in that sense trueness. Yeah. Well, because there isn't any difference. The difference is a dream that might be happening here. Oh, it's just all there is. We move and have our being in God, in love. I didn't mean to bring God into it. This is, it's a quote from the Bible. This isn't about God. Seriously, it's not.
You mean the old man in the sky?
Yeah. Because it feels separate.
And so that's just. It feels like there's like something more.
Yeah.
That's not me.
When that separate sense arises, immediately there's a sense of incompleteness or something missing, something lost. You know, there's a parable, Adam and Eve. That's what it's about. Being kicked out of paradise. Eating from the tree, I think it's of the knowing of good and bad. Or the good of right and wrong. Knowing of good, of right and wrong. Because there isn't that. Without a me, there isn't an actual right or wrong. Because there isn't any story for anything to be right or wrong about.
Sometimes you refer to, I guess, the me as a story.
and sometimes it's a belief, and sometimes it's like a contraction. Yeah. The tree, I think it's the knowing of good and bad, or the good, right and wrong, knowing of good, of right and wrong. Because there isn't that. Without a me, there isn't an actual right or wrong. Because there isn't any story for anything to be right or wrong about. Sometimes you refer to, I guess, the me as a story, and sometimes as a belief, and sometimes as a contraction. Yeah, oh, absolutely. So the story and the me are the same thing, and the me is both physical and belief. It's a physically held belief. And that physically held belief, the experience of it is I am whatever the story. The story is my life. And you can't let it go. Well, you wouldn't if you could. But I feel like I want to. Yeah, yeah. The whole idea of letting it go is just a confirmation that there's a dream, that it's actually happening, because there isn't anyone there.
Do you think if the story is believed for so long and that tension is it only like a momentary
This one is no, for sure. It's got nothing to do with time. How long the me is believed or any of those things. It's that big. Yeah, yeah. The end of the story doesn't happen in the story. The end of the story is just another story. So the idea that there's a context of the end of the story is just a story. So how long it's believed or any of those things or falling away or loosening or any of that is just a story. And the story in that way doesn't end. It never ends. It just never happened.
And what knows it never happened?
No one. There's just no story. There's just no story.
Everything is sort of confirming the thinking story.
Yeah, not really. There's no need for confirmation.
do you think conditional changes have any
They're an excuse. They're not the cause. There do seem to be conditional changes, but they're an excuse. Like this meeting wouldn't be a cause of there being no me, but it might be an excuse.
what if you have like an injury or really bad?
Like your head gets chopped off? That would be the end of me.
No, I mean like you have something that if you pursue changing it, it could improve your well-being, like rehabbing.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Oh, of course.
improving your financial state.
Yeah, eating healthy. Yeah.
So doesn't the pursuit require some sort of like story of how I will be in the future if I take action.
Oh, absolutely. Planning and all of that, but not a story about it, not a reality of it. It just happens that there's planning. This plans, that's how it gets here. There's just no story about it. There isn't anyone doing it. It just happens. And without that sense of separation, which has a story about everything, there seems to be a naturalness about planning, eating whatever, healthy, and all those things.
But you don't see that as necessarily like engaging with the story.
Absolutely. Well, there is no story. For the me, everything is a story about how this came to be and how it's going to become whatever it is it thinks it is. For this, there's just what appears, and that could be planning.
Yeah. So people, like, I mean, nowadays, people living in survival mode, people are coming from the reptilian brain. How does that relate to separation, or it doesn't?
Oh, there isn't any separation. Nothing relates to separation because there isn't any. There isn't any need. It's not this. The whole of this isn't serving a purpose. There isn't a purpose for it to serve.
So it's just what's happening.
Yeah.
Like that. There's no that telling you that it's just like.
It's like this energy is like hearing this, that. It's just like a dance.
You know, in the end, what we're talking about, although we're using concepts, it's got nothing to do with concepts. Understanding this has no value. Concepts are pretty simple. This is nothing, and there's no one. That's pretty much all we're saying.
How did your experience with other teachers affect you?
Oh, it depends on which one. I went to a lot of them. And some of them, you know, it was like, ooh, and some of them was like,
From what I understand, you had experience mostly with Tony Parsons.
Yeah, yeah. That was more, ooh.
You say that now. Because there's so many other, because they talk about radical non-duality.
Oh, God, I know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the me loves to differentiate because it's on a path. It wants to know where it's going, what's happening. It needs to know. You got to get I bet there is on the internet if you wanted to. There's probably a chart of all the teachers out there with all their qualities and all the rest of it. That would really sell because then you could figure out who thinks who's better. And then you'd be able to go to them.
So like teacher, like a teacher versus being present.
I thought you said t-shirt. Yeah, I sell t-shirts. A teacher, yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, oh, well, whatever. Anything, any value, any sort of, you know, context that's going to be better for me. That's the experience of the individual. Yeah, yeah. Got my little t-shirt gun, right?
The lucky ones get a real bomb.
Yeah. The me is, I don't know if it sounds like there's a value to there being a me and it looking for a better experience, but there isn't. It's just what happens. And if there's still that conviction that what's longed for is going to be within experience, then a teacher or someone who has a large following or something I can hang on to or a practice that I can do just makes a whole lot more sense. It just makes sense. It's still nothing happening, even if it is a teacher that's giving a practice. It doesn't. There's no value to this. There's no value to that.
So I know that you said there's nothing here for the me.
Yeah.
Why are we here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's 30 people here, there's probably 30, ideas of why they're here. But fundamentally, I think most of the time there's kind of two things going on. One of them is the individual that feels like something needs to happen. And then there might be an openness to even some sort of joy at there being no answer. Yeah. Sometimes there's both of those things are going on.
Second, when you said the feeling of joy if there being no answer or if there being nothing, is that joy coming from the me?
No. It hates it. It really gets frustrated and sometimes angry, sometimes confused.
So this joy is coming from where?
Nothing.
So that's the nothing.
Well, the me is also nothing. There isn't anything that isn't already nothing.
Because I believe in the thought that I'll be, sounds funny to me, I'll be more aligned to nothing being here, listening to you, than watching Netflix at home.
Yeah.
And then...
It's just giving a story to explain why you're here.
But does it count?
And no, of course it doesn't count. No one chose to come. Nothing counts.
When nothing counts, then some people are depressed and some people...
Only if nothing counts is for the individual another story to live, which is a complete misunderstanding of what we're talking about. It's not nothing counts for you, it's that there isn't a you, and therefore nothing counts.
So when you said about planning,
Yeah.
I think I understood you said planning without the need.
Yeah.
For example, if I'm sick, I go to the doctor, because that's how it works. But I guess what adds the suffering is what I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. What does it mean about me?
So if I'm planning an event and I have logistics, I have to choose between doing the logistics.
Well, the experience is that you choose, and that's fair enough. That's the way it is if there's a me. There isn't anyone that does that. It already isn't that way, that there's someone in there with volition doing that. The experience is there is, but there isn't. It all happens on its own. The me is kind of like a parasite. It just lives off of what's happening and says it's happening, and the experience is it's happening to me. I'm doing it. It doesn't do it.
It's like adding meaning to everything.
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't change a thing as far as the full completeness that this is already. It makes no difference. An unhappy me is full completeness appearing as an unhappy me. A not unhappy me is full completeness appearing as a not unhappy me. It makes no difference.
outside of everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
That thing is what's, or not thing, whatever it is, that me is sort of obscuring everything.
Yeah, it's like colored glasses. A veil. I've ever heard it called a veil. Yeah.
And you was born out of the environment, like because we were born and then there's people talking and you get concepts.
No, it's not like that. It arises in the body, well, kind of, in the body for no reason. But some of its maturation comes from the experience that everyone else has of me. The confirmation that everyone around you says, yeah, you're a me, I'm a me.
But just born like naturally.
Yeah.
See the differentiation between soul and spirit?
Oh, no, well, no. There isn't a soul or a spirit. Oh, well.
Spirit is in the body.
There isn't anything separate. There isn't a separate identity. There isn't an intelligence beyond this. There isn't something else acting on this. There isn't anything to go and be reborn again. It isn't like that. This is the whole of it.
Oneness, wholeness.
Oneness I find a little bit of a confusing term, just because it's not separate to become whole. So it can't become one. It's just not two. Yeah, I mean, you can call it anything you like, pizza. It really can't be encompassed in a sense, but not two. Oneness, it just is like an idea that you can have, something that you could work towards. Whereas really, it seems complicated because it can't be known, but it's really, it's the simplicity of it that can't be known. It's not the complication, it's the simplicity.
So conscious, subconscious, and superconscious.
Oh yeah, but those are psychological terms. All that's still, I mean, you can still, therapy works, all that stuff, more or less. Therapy works. What can't happen is there can't be a movement towards wholeness. So psychology works in the psychological reality of separation, and it can help sometimes, hurt sometimes, not do anything sometimes. But it's still within that separate reality. Separate reality isn't a concept, it's an experience, and within that dream world of experience, it can make the experience better. But that dream world of experience is still the experience of separation, and there'll be fundamentally a dissatisfaction, a dis-ease, a need.
So in this view, what is the strength in this way of perceiving it?
Which way?
In what we're discussing.
No, it's not a perception.
In the way it is.
Yeah.
So when the body dies.
Yeah.
Then
Nothing happened. It's the same as anything else. It's just a leaf falling, a body dying. To the individual, it's important because if knowing is the value of its life, and the death of the body seems like the end of its ability to know or experience. So it's a big deal. But that's a dream. That body doesn't belong to anyone. There isn't anyone.
the bodies are born.
Nothing's happening. It's just a body dying. It's just happening. Light and color and sound, form, happening. Nothing happening. Happening is light, color, and sound. Yeah. Well, for the individual, that's closer to it, isn't it? This is my... It's not an identification. It's an experience that this is my body. These are my senses. This is happening to me. So for the individual, the sense is I am very important. My body is really important. For the individual, actually, the sense is I am the most important thing in the universe. Because its experience is I am the center of the universe, which is a pretty important position. And so it's all about me.
So without the belief in the me, let's say that's dropped, what is the visceral bodily sense?
What is the body sense?
Yeah.
Yes. So the me, it's really a physical dis-ease that is like this. And the manifestation in those sort of terms is well, it's needy. It's neediness. It feels like it needs something. That's not judgment. It just feels like something needs to be added. This is somehow incomplete. I need to feed. And so it feeds. And that's kind of a stress. Feeding all the time. Feeding. And that is represented in that contracted energy. Out of that comes that. And so that goes. But the misunderstanding is there would be somebody here that experiences that not being there. That isn't like that. That here was only recognized, that none of it was recognized, and only in the falling away of it, only in the cessation of it was like, I had no idea that's what was happening. All the meditation and all the other stuff, it just all related to my experience. Yeah. So it was only in the cessation of it that it was like, oh. Pac-Man, yeah.
Was there a sound?
Yeah.
If the only thing that exists is this unity, why we don't feel like that?
Oh, it's not a feeling.
Why it seems separated? It seems like
There is no reason for there to be a me or no me. There's no... A reason or a why would be separation. There's something really happening and there's a cause of something really happening. That would be why. There isn't anything really happening. There is oh, you missed the beginning. Oh, well. Catch the next one. No, what I said in the beginning is that this is fresh and new. Unknowable. So in that sense, it's not two-ness. There isn't an explanation for it. It's new. So there's no explanation, there's no why. Why is the me wanting an answer? It's wanting to know how to get out, how to make sense of this, which is just looking for another experience. But what's longed for is sitting in a chair. What's longed for is already happening. That's it. That's what's longed for. And then within that, nothingness happening, there's an experiencer that says, this isn't it. I need to know something. It's hidden from me. It isn't hidden. It's exactly that.
It does really feel like there's two realities.
Oh, totally. To the me, yeah.
To them.
Yeah. Oh, I'll do that. I'll talk about two realities. Yeah, absolutely. But that's just, I also make clear there isn't a two realities.
Right.
Yeah. to me, it seems like I'm talking from a reality that's different from there.
Neti.
That's a me, and this isn't a me, and those are two realities. But if you listen, what really I'm saying is that all there is wholeness or nothing happening. So there's the appearance of two realities. It's just nothing appearing as two realities. There aren't two.
It feels like the me is like, it feels like it's getting like torn, or there's, I don't know, nothing's happening, but also it's like.
Yeah, but that's nothing being appearing as being torn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. It's like, it's nothing. It actually doesn't matter. And then the me will come in and try to like, okay, this like means that this.
And that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The me's trying to, the me will go, I shouldn't be thinking that. Yeah, as if you can get closer to nothing.
Yeah, it's like, like no story.
That's
is the solution.
That's the solution.
And then, I did have that sort of realization a couple days ago where it was just like, the story of my life, in quotes, was like, just clear, and it just didn't matter. It was just like a story, like fiction, where it was just like the magic of the story, and it wasn't like, didn't actually mean it.
Yeah.
And because for so long it was like, there needs to be like no story.
Right.
There's like an aversion, like a rejection.
Yeah. Love is the reason we can call this unconditional love is because it doesn't need to pull or push or exclude or include, because it's already everything. Even the story.
I was a Buddhist monk for 7 years.
Yeah.
But in some way, there is no. It doesn't matter if you have conscious about this that we are talking, or there is no conscience. You just live your life and it's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not okay. It's not okay. But it's also not okay. There's not an okay or not okay. It's just what is.
Like we can choose.
Right. There isn't anyone to choose. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit in the sense of the consciousness and the awareness that is just a part of the illusion of things?
Yeah, well, it only makes sense to call it that if it's something that the individual can know. Because what you're talking about is the experience I am conscious, or I am aware. That's separation. Yeah, exactly. What is consciousness or awareness if there isn't anyone to name it? Well, it's not consciousness and awareness, is it? At least in the story of Jim, it was more of an experience that I could be more conscious. I could be conscious awareness. I could be that sort of, broad state of knowingness in a way. The I amness.
What is the I amness? Knowable or still not?
Well, fundamentally, the I amness is the only knowable experience the individual can have without reference to anything else. It's like the only true thing in the individual's experience. It's just an illusion, though.
Just elaborate one more time on the I amness again.
Oh, so the individual's experience or its story is all sort of an accumulation of knowledge or experience, which is a reference to something else, something that happened. In its own
You don't have to worry about suppression if you're indulging. You don't have to worry about indulging if you're suppressing. No you. Nowhere to go, nothing to get. Give me a break, give me a break, give me a break of that Nibbana bar. Give me a break, give me a break, give me a break of that Nibbana bar. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa, I need some Nibbana, let's go. Hey, hey, whoa, whoa, I need some of that Nibbana. Let's go to the Nibbana Park and sing. Go to the Nibbana Wabu Wing. We gotta go through our breathing in. Yo, yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom. Yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom. Yo, my name is Meom, yo, my name is Meom. There's a war going on a roof between a monkey and a man. But at the end of the day, who's the monkey and who's the man? Oh, there's nobody doing anything. Your money bought me. Your money bought me. There's nobody doing anything. Marlon, I'm going to show you what an asylum looks like. There's a man in the monkey and a monkey in the man, singing a song and a doing a dance. Let's go from here to there. Come on, everybody, come on. Can you feel the music? Can you feel the song? Can you feel the shoo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba? Oh, All right. Any final questions or comments for now, dear friends, dear community? I hope you I hope this live stream was a great laxative for any sense of self that you may have built up inside. And I hope that you can be free from yourself and that you can be just like this monkey. Nothing. Whatever you do, just do it without someone. Be like that monkey, okay? Be the good one, like that monkey one. But not someone, not self, not a story. Just experiencing. Yeah. Okay. See y'all later. Thank you and take care. Bye-bye.